Hey there, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here, and today I'm going to talk to you about this new fridge that I picked up for my upcoming camper build. But I like the size of this thing a lot better for my camper build because space is going to be at a premium when I get everything built out. So again, today I wanted to walk you through these features. I wanted to talk a little bit about this fridge and give you an idea of why this thing might be a good option for you. Now, these fridges are on the pricey side, but as you're going to see, there are a ton of really nice features built into this thing and a ton of quality. And so if you want a top tier sort of fridge for your setup, this might be a good option for you. So let's get into the Travoca 35-liter Rigel fridge.
Understand where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you gave to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, guys, so we have got the Travoca plugged in, and I just wanted to show you here. I've got it on max mode, and it's pulling about 50 watts right now. When it cools down, then it will obviously pull less, but just wanted to give you a true and honest update of the power being pulled. It's about 40 to 50 watts is what I've seen. It kind of changes a little bit. Now, I also do have it set. This is a true dual zone fridge, so you can adjust, and I'll throw the app up on the screen here so you can kind of see this. You've got your sort of what they call the shelf side, and then you've got your deep side. And so I have this set to freezer and this set to fridge. Now, one thing that's really cool about this is when you go to the display over here, first of all, I want to point out how it's kind of like matte, right? So it's bright sunlight out here. I like what they've done with this, where they made it so that you can see this thing in a variety of different lighting setups. Because obviously at night one, you don't want it to be super bright. So it is kind of like dim and muted, and I like that. But then during the day, because of the black background and everything, it stands out. And again, even in this full sun, you can see the display really, really well. Now, the other cool thing is, so when you have this divider in, the fridge is smart enough to know that, to sense that, and it displays both sides, right? It shows you the deep side, and then it shows you the shelf side. Now, if you remove this center divider, it immediately goes, oh, okay, now I'm a single zone. I don't need to do a dual zone. Let's just keep everything to the deep side. So it uses the deep side to control it. When you put it back in, it recognizes it, goes back to the dual zone, and starts to do what I said in the app. You can also, in the app, change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So if you have a preference, if you are in the US and you want it to be Fahrenheit, you can change that, which a lot of those cheap Chinese fridges you cannot do that with. So I do really like that feature. Another thing is, this is really easy to work if you don't have the app. I like the app because I can turn it on from basically like my garage without having to go outside. I can pop into my garage, turn on the fridge remotely like the day before I'm going to go on a trip, and then I have it ready to go and everything's cool. I can go to the grocery store, pick up some groceries, some drinks, some food on the way, and throw it in the fridge, and it's already cold. But if you don't want to use the app, you can also hit settings here. So now see, it's on the deep side. You can hit plus or minus to adjust your temperature. Hit it again. That shows you the freezer side, which I've got set to -4. So you could adjust that however you want. So just tapping settings allows you to switch between the two units. Now, if you hold setting, right? So I'm going to hold this again for a few seconds. It's going to highlight eco, then medium, then Fahrenheit. So right here's how you change all these things, right? So now I'm back to the fridge settings. If I hold this for a few seconds again, it's going to take me to the eco mode, and then I can hit the plus or minus to change it from eco to max. If I hit settings again, it takes me to the battery protection, which you've got high, medium, and low. Basically what that means is high is going to turn your battery off sooner. Low is going to let it get down lower before it turns it off. And then if you hit settings again, it takes you to the Fahrenheit, and you could hit plus or minus to switch it to Celsius. So again, without the app, you can work everything really simply right from the interface here on the unit. But again, I just like the simplicity of it. It's just a great looking design. It's easy to see during the day and at night, and I think that's fantastic. Looking at the handles and stuff, these things are super beefy, right? Like these things are super heavy duty. Now this fridge does weigh a pretty fair amount. I'll put the weight up here on the screen, but I will say it is pretty heavy. But most fridges are, right? Like my ice code that's back there behind that I'm probably going to be replacing with this is about 60 pounds. So that thing is super heavy, but it's not light. But that's because you can see how thick this lid is, right? So this thing is made to keep that cold in. You've got this super thick seal here. You've got metal hardware where the lid meets the attachment points. So this thing is built to last. And look at the thickness of these walls, right? Like the nice thing is, once you get this thing down to temp, then it's going to hold that temperature in better, and everything is super, super heavy duty and well made. I really like this wooden stuff on the front here. I will say, I've noticed, I believe that they've made some changes to these fridges, and now you can get one of these that has a shelf that pops out. So you can actually like fold up a little shelf and use like a little prep station there. Now mine, when I got it, did not have that, but I've noticed that on the new ones that they've got that as an option. So you may want to check that out through the link below too, if you're interested in that, because that is a really cool addition. But just from a general design standpoint, right? This thing is just really sharp. It's on and running right now, and you can tell it's very quiet. So almost no noise, just a beautiful piece of equipment though. If you want this in the bed of your truck and you want something really nice to make your build stand out, then this is a great option for that. Now, another thing that's cool is they have DC plugs on both ends. So you could plug this in on that end, or you could come down here and plug it in on that end. So it gives you flexibility depending on how you want to mount it. Another thing that gives you flexibility is this dual opening lid. So you can open it from that side, or you can open it from this side, or you could grab it by both sides and lift the whole lid off and use it like a cooler at the beach or something. So speaking of my IceCo, I just want you to kind of take a look here at the size difference. So again, this is a 35 liter. This is a 55 liter. So you really got to think about your fridge sizing, and I'll throw the dimensions up here on the screen of this fridge, because obviously in any sort of overlanding build, whether it's an SUV, whether it's a pickup truck, with a camper, with a bed rack, whatever it may be, you got to think about the size of your stuff, right? The size and weight. Those are the two things that I think people forget about. They'll buy a huge, giant 60-liter fridge, and then it takes up their entire bed of their truck, or it won't fit under their, bed cover. I've seen that before, where people bought a fridge and they're like, it doesn't fit under my bed cover, it's too big. So you got to really think about that stuff when you're working on a build. What do you want? How do you prioritize it? Does a big fridge make sense? In my case, I'm solo most of the time, so 35 liters makes a ton of sense for me. And that's kind of what has brought me to this decision now, and kind of why I'm even looking at this or thinking about this is I've had this big APL 55 for a couple of years now, and I love it. There's nothing wrong with it, right? But it's just massive. It's a ton of weight, and I'm one guy and I mostly go solo. And I mean, sure, I could throw a 30 pack in there plus some food and condiments and be good to go, but I'm not taking, unfortunately, right, at this state in my life, I'm not taking 2, 3, 4 week trips. So most trips are 2 to 5 days, right? So in that case, a 35 liter fridge for me is about the right size. Now, if you have a big family, you might want something bigger. They do have a 60 liter version of this Travoca as well. And again, I have that. I'm going to do a video on it. Very similar, basically the same idea as this, just a different size, right? So Travoca, again, has all the options for you. If you like the build quality of these things, if you like the look of these things, if you want something that's really, really nice, that's really well built, and you're willing to pay the money for it, then you could get this in just about any size. And there's actually not a huge price difference between the 35 liter and the 60 liter, maybe 150 bucks, I think, if I remember right. All right, guys, so as you saw, that was the Rigel 35 liter fridge. Now, this thing is really, really nice. Comes with, premium materials, just looks really nice. I love the dual opening fridge and the removable lid. It just makes this thing really, really nice. And you can also tell from all the metal fittings and everything, the fact that everything's metal, that this thing is going to last for a lot longer than those plastic sort of cheapy Chinese knockoff fridges. So again, if you're looking for a premium sort of experience, you do have to pay a little bit more, but you get that premium experience with the Travoca. Of course, as always, if you have any questions or anything, drop those down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Same with thoughts, right? Are you running this fridge? Are you running a similar fridge? I'm sure this may start a debate on whether, the Chinese knockoff fridges are better or not. I've had quite a few of them and I haven't had any problems with them. So I'm not necessarily saying that they're better or worse, but, from a longevity standpoint, you definitely run a few more risks. And from a percentage standpoint, you're going to have less support and it's going to be tougher to get a hold of on those cheaper fridges. So it just depends on your budget and your setup, right? So of course, I will drop a link down below to this thing if you want to check it out, learn more about it, or possibly pick one up for yourself. Check out that link. If I have a coupon code, I will also include that down there as well. There are also links to all my social channels, so wherever you want to come follow along, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever, I'm everywhere. I'd love to have you over there. Then there's a join button below this video, which is just sort of a passive way to support the channel. It gets you early access to the videos and all the content that I make, plus some other perks. Or if you want to be more involved, there's also a link to my Patreon page, which is awesome. We've got 30 plus people in there now, and we have a 24/7 Discord, and we're kind of chatting all the time and hanging out. So if that sounds good, check that out. Then there's a link to my website where I've got funny overlanding camping themed patches and stickers, things like I hate people so I camp, or F people, let's go overlanding, all things overlanding merch, don't burn your wiener and it's a hot dog, that kind of thing. So if you're into funny patches and stickers, check those out. And then last but not least, there's a link to the Newbie Overlanders Facebook group. Now, this group has 30,000 plus people in it. At the time I'm recording this, it's awesome, super positive place, no bullying or self-promotion or anything like that. So if you want a better experience than a lot of the big groups out there, definitely consider joining that, totally free. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.